Hi guys, welcome to Data Talk with Ifai. In this video, I'll be walking you guys through my building process for any data analysis project I get. First of all, whenever I get a project, I see it as a problem that needs my solution with the use of data. So I try to understand the problem at hand, what solution feels like in this kind of project, and the best analysis to use for it. After I must have considered all that, I then think about my tool. What tool will I be using to get this problem solved? Most of the times I use Power BI, and sometimes I use Excel depending on the size of the data set. Assuming I'm using Power BI, the next thing that comes in mind is data cleaning. Data cleaning is a very important step in building any project as a data analyst, because we always assume that whatever data we are using in our analysis, this data might be messy, might be dirty or unclean. So it's just but nice to clean your data before jumping into analysis. So I use Power Query to clean my data, make sure the data types are all correct, the standardization, make sure everything is up and going. After cleaning my data, the next thing I do is to analyze it. Using Power BI, I make use of DAX, data analysis expression. I use custom columns, I use calculated columns. All these are what I use while doing my analysis. I also have it in mind the problem I'm trying to solve. Whenever I'm doing my analysis, I try to picture the problem I'm trying to solve and the best analysis that can help review or solve this problem. When I'm done with my analysis, the next thing I do is my visualization. I always assume that the people I'm working with or the employer of this particular project may not be technically skilled to understand most of this analysis. I mean raw analysis. So it's only but nice to build interactive dashboard, a well-relatable visuals, charts that this person in question can understand without me explaining myself to him or her. I try to use the best visuals to tell any particular story I'm trying to tell. I also make sure my numbers, my labels are very, very clear. The numbers can also tell the story. So after I'm done building my visuals, I compile all of them together, try to make them an interactive dashboard so the viewer or the employer or the board can look at it and easily understand what this project is talking about, the problem at hand, and the solutions. After doing this, I try to have a particular page that tells my findings, my recommendations, and my conclusion. This is very, very important because with this particular page, anyone can see what the problem is and best recommendation for them. So I always make sure my findings, recommendation, and conclusion page is very, very clear and readable also. After doing that, I don't forget this particular thing. This is the last thing I do, and it's very, very important. I try to document on my building process from start to end. I know you'll be wondering why I try to document this. This is very important because whenever I want to tweak this project or whenever I notice any issue, I can always fall back to my building process, see where the problem is coming from, and fix it at once instead of starting afresh. And also, whenever I have a duplicate project, a project that is exactly like the one I just did, I can also fall back to my building process, my documentation, look at it, and start a fast building from it. It's very, very important you have a documented process for all your building projects. Your board or your employer or your audience might want to know the reason for you using a particular formula or particular function or a particular analysis. You can always fall back to it and explain to them why you used it. So yes guys, this is my building process. This is how I jump into any data analysis project from start to end. I would like for you to share your own experience via the comments box. Kindly like, share, and comment. Bye guys. Don't forget to subscribe.